Former Arnott coal mine employees have acquired 50% shareholdings of the mining company Exxaro, and the balance is owned by Westcoal. Minerals and Resource Minister Gwede Mantashe is expected to officially hand over the shareholding to the former workers. Now, our reporter Pepile Kunene is at the event. Pepile, thank you very much indeed for your time. I guess this handover is a step forward in terms of the inclusion of workers.
Yes, we're coming to you live from Middelburg at Arnott Mine, where Minister Gwede Mantashe will be handing over 50% of shareholding in this mine to former workers of the mine, and then the other 50% goes to Westcoal. Exxaro used to own the mine but will be handing over today. But for more information on this, we'll be talking to the DG in the Department of Mineral Resources, Thabo Mokoena. Thabo, briefly tell us about today, what today is all about and what workers can expect out of this.
Thank you very much. We are here at Arnott Mine today, where the minister will be handing over the mine to the former employees of the mine, Exxaro. And so we are quite excited with this initiative by Exxaro of taking care of its former employees. We must also indicate that it was not an easy journey, because the employees have demonstrated that they've got the necessary capabilities. They continue to engage the mine. For the past 3 years, they have been talking to Exxaro that they will really want to be given an opportunity to take over this mine. As you know, that we always emphasize this point, that whenever this happens, there must be strategic partners. And now we have Westcoal as well that has come on board to assist with technical expertise, but with the understanding that they must also transfer those technical expertise, and also to make sure that the employees in the near future, they are able to take over the mine and they can run it on their own.
Now, this is one of a kind. It's happening here in Mpumalanga. Can we see it rolling out to other places where there's mining happening?
Well, I'm sure, other mining companies, because Exxaro has started by demonstrating that this is something that is possible, it can be done. And so we are optimistic that this would also be, happening with other mines as well.
Why did you choose Workers' Day to have this done? Why today in particular?
It is important because today is Workers' Day and we are handing over a mine to the workers so that they can be able to be owners as well. As you know that, all over the country we are celebrating Workers' Day. We decided that in this day we must come here to celebrate Workers' Day by doing something that is more meaningful, impactful to the workers. And so that is basically the reason why we are here on Workers' Day.
Now, tell us more about the law that was promulgated that allows such happenings to take place, that was done in 2018.
Yes, as you know that in terms of the mining charter, we promulgated the mining charter in September in 2018. In the mining charter, we are very clear that the employees, together with the communities, they must get 5% each. And so this is part of that. But with this mine, it is more than that, because it is actually 50%. And so the mining charter is very clear that whenever there are mining operations where the employees need to benefit, it must be 5%. And also the communities around that area, they must get 5%. We also have an element or a provision, we say an equivalent or equity equivalent. And so which means even the communities, if they feel that they don't want money from the mining company, maybe they want a school or they want a clinic or whatever that they will be demanding. And so they will be able to talk to the mining company and make sure that they get whatever that they think that it is beneficial to the community.
Now, how many workers have benefited here, and as well as in terms of dividing of the money at the end of the year or dividends, how will that be panned out?
Yeah, well, they've got quite a substantive number of employees. As you know that when you run business, and so that is something that the new people that have acquired the mine, they will be able to inculcate this to the workers to understand that we are now running a business. And so when you run a business, whenever you make profit, you don't just tap into your profit. And so you must be able to reinvest this money to make sure that you develop your asset. And so at the right time, if it is appropriate for them to declare dividends at the end of the year, they will declare dividends and employees will be able to benefit. You must also remember that, to run a mine, it is quite cumbersome. And so people must understand that you can't, whenever you make profit and think that you can take that profit and use it, you must be able to invest and make sure that you also prepare and plan for the future.
Okay, earlier before we came for the interview, you spoke about training possibilities and all. Do you have that in the pipeline? Are they going to be trained on how to run the mine, on how to use the money, how to sustain it?
Yes, no, that one, it is also part of the mining charter that there must be training. And now because the employees are going to be responsible for the mine, and so it is part of their program that there must be a training for the employees. Yes, and so that would happen, a continuous capacity building or training for the employees.
Thank you. That was Thabo Mokoena, who is a DG at the Department of Mineral Resources. Inside, the official program has already started. The minister is expected to speak towards the end and hand over. Back to you in studio.
Spepile Kunene, live for us in Middleburg. Thank you very much.